Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And I'm going to talk more about the Meghan Markle with Love Meghan Netflix cooking slash home lifestyle show. But I know, like in the last episode, I started, like, it was kind of on topic, but not on topic because, like, some of my reasons and one reason why I do my channel the way I do. And I talk about past episodes and I tell you future episodes because, like I've said several times, the domino effect. Like, causes have an effect. And some decisions or some actions that happened years ago will help me or filter or create new perspectives and opinions for my future. And one of them is like the way that I would like to have a relationship. And it might change again, but after, like, I'm going to tell some mini stories because you guys already know about Mr. Lockakey and how he blackmailed me to dating him. If you don't, go back, catch up. I talk about him so many episodes in so many episodes, but he kept telling me, "Oh, we're going." The thing is, like, I didn't like that he said, like, there's some things where when white people say things that are just like, "Oh, I don't," and I'm just like, okay, they're white and ignorant. They're very highly uneducated on diversity and people of color, and especially the proof is in the bed. Like now, like, we don't want DEI. We don't want to teach culture in the classroom. We don't want to teach this and that and all. And we want to ban books that show like the bad in our history, or when European Americans, white people, Caucasians were either enslaving or putting down or being racist against other people. We don't want that. And so, like with Mr. Lakaki, he would always tell me, "Oh, I can't wait to have a African. Oh, she's gonna be beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at you." And it was like, "You plus me, we're gonna have the cutest little African, and we're gonna call her Lala." And it's like we're gonna do like, and it's just like, and this is why, like in the last episode, with what volume or how much of the stereotype or whatever can you handle of African American? Because some of the men that I've dated, it just felt like they thought that I was kind of performing. Kind of like how a lot of people think that Meghan Markle is perform. It's not a performance. It's like I was brought up a certain way and everything, and my parents had certain expectations and told me to. But and the funny thing is, my mother brought me up this way. But even she, I remember when like I started wanting to date or being interested in guys or white guys. White guys would start telling me they were interested in me, and I would tell my mother that, oh, I might have a date for the prom or homecoming or whatever. You're just trying to be white. Look at you. And I'm just like, it's like, because one time she even talked about how I talk. I'm like, who in who enforced us to talk like this? It's like whenever we made a mistake or said something inappropriate, you would tell us we had to repeat it. We had to go back and correct ourselves. And you would, like, in a minute, you would tell us we were dumb, wrong, whatever, or at least me. And so it's just crazy how now, with the way I speak, like back then, like while my mom was alive or whatever, some of the things she used to say, I would be in shock because I'm looking at her like, you brought me up like that. Like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Now you're blaming me for the way I speak when you brought me up to speak like this. But then a lot of white men, a lot of black men think it's just a performance. Sorry, boo boo, it's not. And the thing is, like, I do have some slang in me. I do, like, I mean, I have my more casual talk, and my professional, things like that. I still remember when I like I was having such a hard time finding a job, and then I ended up in one of those pyramid scam things or whatever. And like there was a group of Caucasian men that were from the the flat plains part of America and everything. And it's like sometimes they would say some of the most racist things. And I remember there was this one Asian girl. It's like whenever she heard them say something racist, she would like pull them aside, like, okay, yeah, we need to have a talk. Yeah, okay, let me catch you up. It's like, yeah, because I still remember when one of these jerks had the nerve to say, it's like, because we were laughing or I was cracking jokes with another person, and they were like, oh, you're talking more black today. And I just remember, like, the people I was talking with, we all got quiet. And then another group that didn't have one person of color, they were all white. They got quiet. They knew he was in trouble. Like they were just like, "Oh shoot, yeah, you're supposed to say that in private. You're supposed to say that when they are not in the room." So, because I mean, that's kind of how it felt. But it's so I don't know. It's just with the relationships, because I know it's like I'm still getting to my point, like my main point, but it kind of goes in with Meghan Markle and a lot of people thinking she's either acting fake or it's a performance or whatever. But while dating and trying to date, it's like with investing especially. What do you mean you invest? That's not what we do, meaning black people. Black people don't invest. What are you doing? You're trying to be stuck up. You're trying to be snotty. You're trying to be white. Why are you trying like we don't do that. That's stupid. And he was like, because one guy he told like there and actually like a few guys mention like we're gonna take that money out and we're going to go on a cruise. Like how many people want to just take their savings and go on? Because I understand like once I have my business together and once I have a good amount of money invested, I would love to go on cruises to Japan and Italy, and I mean I have a list of places. But at the same time it's like I want like a nest egg. I want a safe haven and everything in case things go bad and ugly and things like that. And I want it to work for me, grow for me. But you won't believe how many white men tell me that's for men to do, and then how many black men tell me that's for white people. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And so when it comes to kids, when with some of the men who have kids, then they tell me how, oh, you'll be such a blessing to my child. It's like, because, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to buy them A, B, and C. And there's been times where I'm like, oh, so how are you going to get that? What are you going to get that from? And one specific guy, oh my gosh, like he contradicted himself every phone conversation. But I asked him, I was like, how do you plan on getting that? And he looked, oh my gosh, it was a video call. So he looked at me like I was so dumb. And he was like, you got that money, right? Excuse me? I have money. You need, like, your baby mama, the mother of your child, she needs to say like you guys need to come together. You guys need to communicate and talk that out. And that's one reason why like I want to keep my space away from the children for a long time, because like some people in relationships, they don't talk or discuss like I was like, I want to make sure like first I need to make sure you genuinely like me and I genuinely like you, and not only genuinely like each other but we could tolerate each other. And I need to you to tell me about either each child and their mother. Yeah. And it's like I'm not saying all their business, but especially with a lot of them, like, I've never met them and they hate me. I repeat that. I have never even met them and they hate me. So part of me, like, I know it's probably never going to happen, but if I end up dating a guy and he's either divorced or whatever, I would like to have, like, once I figure out if I want a long term relationship with him, before I meet the children, I would like to have brunch or lunch with her. That sounds awful. That sounds odd. Trust me. But I have been through so much that I don't trust, like, sharing a house with a man. I don't, and yes, this means that the woman is going to air out all of her dirty laundry. But this way, like, because so far with the men I've dated, everything that's happened, they warp and turn everything around. Everything around. Oh, because with Mr. No Heart, he, like, at the end of the relationship, he had the nerve to say, or he was telling his family members that he never met my parents. And he never did, but he forgot to tell them. I invited him over to the house about a dozen times. I gave up after, like, or even after my surgery, I invited him again, and I knew it was going to be no, but there was like 1 or 2 years where I gave up. And the infuriating part was he told me I had to see his parents, and or he would make up reasons, because I think I told you guys the camping story. This man literally, like, it felt like it was on purpose, ran out of money to then say he needed my debit and credit cards. And he didn't know, like, I was just like, you know what? Here's my debit card, and I will talk to my bank and say that you have the week, and maybe I'll give, like, I'll see if I can call and say maybe you have a limit, because I didn't want to meet, I didn't want to see his racist family again. I don't want to be stuck with his racist MAGA, like, bigot, like, family again. I didn't know. It's like, and hear all the racism out, like, oh, you're not one of them. Oh, you don't act like them. Oh, it's like, what kind of drink do you want? It's like, is it grape? I bet it's grape. Or do you want grape jelly? I bet you want grape jelly. Just all, like, and this is one reason whenever he's mentioned grape soda, it's like he didn't realize each time that I was stuck having to see them, because, like, he was determined. Because when, like, and he forgot I was smart. Once he realized that I was going to go to the bank and try to figure out how I can make that happen so I did not have to go, he started gaslighting me and telling me that I was a hurtful, hateful person. And he started saying that because I would tell him how my mom treated me and how she would tell me that I'm an awful, hateful, selfish person. And that triggered me. And I'm just like, I'm literally giving you everything you need so you can go up north and see your family. How am I selfish? How am I evil? How am I? And he was like, you're not coming up too. You need to come up too. And then what about, like, and with my daughters, you need to, it's like, I bet this, like, this will make everyone happy. And I was like, your youngest daughter hates me. She literally kicks me and puts bruises on me, but you think I'm a liar. So I only bring, like, yeah, I was like, whenever I bring it up, he wants me to shut up or whatever, but it's, but anyway. And then it's like, dating other guys. Like, there was one guy who we matched on Facebook dating. This is after Mr. No Heart. And we started talking, and I realized, like, oh, all five of those kids in the photos are his. All five. But I let him know that I want kids. And oh, that's another thing with Mr. No Heart too. It's like, at first he was okay with me saying I wanted to at least adopt, and I did want my own kids, but if not, because I know, like, once you hit 30 and stuff, some men, they're already like, no, I don't want any. But so I'm like at least adopting. And he pretended for about 3 years. And then after that, he threatened to break up with me if I continued saying that I want to adopt or whatever. And I was scared because my walking was getting worse and I knew no other man would want me. So I stuck it out with him until I realized he doesn't love me. He hates me. He's using me. He's taking advantage of me. He doesn't love me. He loves everything I work for. He loves my hard work. And he loves that my parents have a lot more than, like, well, he hates that a black family ended up doing better than him. But I think he loves that yeah, I'll explain in another episode, but it's like over time I realized I think he loves what he might be able to get from it, because there were several times where he would say something or do something and it would like, hold up, what? So, and because the thing is, like, I love when fathers like are spending time with their kids and I see how much they love them. It's kind of annoying on dating apps though when they say they're my number one. Like, no duh. If they're not your number one, that's when I'm triggered. But it's like almost every single guy, like, I get, like, I don't know if they're trying to prove themselves or whatever, but it's just like, yes, your kids should be your number one. Yeah, that's understandable. If a woman doesn't understand that, then she got issues. But, and so, anyways, like, I know, I just want to make sure, like, a lot of men out here seem to be a little selfish. And I know I sound selfish when I say I'm going to have my house, he's going to have his house. And if we decide together to both put our names on the mortgage, but it's like part of me is nervous and scared with that because he might decide he doesn't want to pay the mortgage and he might try to put the whole thing on me. And then I don't want to mess up my credit score because with Mr. No Heart try to play that game with me with like starting our business. He begged me, like, because he knew I wanted to start a business. And every time I created ideas and I was formulating things, he would always tell me, "This is dumb. I know people who are more creative. You should give up. This is dumb." Like, but all of a sudden, he was like, "Oh, let's start this. Let's do this." And he's giving me a tour, and but he had no money. So then he needed my credit card. He needed my cash. He needed my hard work money. And he promised he was going to pay me back. Yeah, listen to that episode. Talk about all of that. So it's like, I know, like, I sound probably selfish. Some people are probably going to even say I'm stuck up, but I have been through, like, actions have a reaction. And after Mr. Lockakey and all of the games, and, like, especially, I was never supposed to date him. I never wanted to date him. And the mental abuse is like punching holes in the walls of the house, stealing from my purse, threatening he was going to eliminate himself over and over and over, like so many. You do not know how many times he told me he was going to do that. And it wasn't until his grandmother passed that I knew he couldn't do it because his grandfather was going to need him. And that is like, so it was, I don't want to say it was a blessing because I'm like, no, she passed away. Like, she was a little racist because, yeah, the thing she said about Muhammad Ali and a couple other African American people, like, I'm just like, so did you want segregation? Did you want to keep redlining? Because I don't know, like, that's kind of the gist I got from her. But when it comes to dating, it's like I want kids, but it's like I feel like I need to trust that person, especially as an older woman. It's like I'm still working on some of my goals, and a lot of men hate my goals. Tomas left me because I was publishing my children's books. Yeah, if you remember that story. And then like there's been, oh, got it, I have another example I have to tell you all about, but I have so like part of me is just like I said, I know why I sound selfish and everything because I'm a little cringe on my thoughts, but it's the only thing that's going to keep me safe because so many of my relationships, they ended up using me or trying to use me. They saw how bubbly and nice and everything and giving because especially being brought up in the church, I'm just like I love giving. I love making people happy. I love like giving back and stuff like that. But then men used it as a weapon against me or making me the joke of it and or abusing my kindness for weakness and stuff. But then when I leave them, all of a sudden I'm evil for leaving them when they're just mad that they won't get either their gas money or whatever, like even like certain foods or whatever like that. So but okay, here is another perfect example that proves my case on why I feel the way I feel. Because again, I love kids. And there are times where I wonder how Mr. No Heart's oldest daughter is. Because like that was a bond I will cherish forever. It's like she hates me now because her father lied about me and told her I don't even like I'm probably gonna have an episode on guessing what all he told her, but she has no idea. All like, and that's what oh, you know what? I'm gonna start that series today. I'm gonna tell some of the stories, and it's gonna be the 40 plus reasons why I broke up with Mr. No Heart. There are like a couple months ago I started writing a list of why did I break up with him, and I have over 40 reasons. I think I'm at like 50 now, and they're different. It's like story situations and things like that. But she has no idea the different things, and also she knows about like the pancake. Make sure you look up the pancake episode. Like even with the youngest daughter, there were so many issues with her and me. And there were times where I was trying to figure out what happened between her or why. And I knew it was her mother. And that's one reason why I say I want to have lunch. I want to at least make peace with the new woman. Because if I'm going to date a guy and they have children, I want her to know that I have respect for her. And also, I want to know her scenario. And I want to know, like, what does she think could have been better in their relationship, or I'm not trying to tell her how to like teach me how to love him, but at the same time it's like their kids are going to be within that situation, so whatever can make it the most peaceful and adequate situation as possible, and in a way where she can tell me how close she would like me to be with the children, or not like it's like, because I want her to know I'm not trying to be their mother. It's like, but she can tell me, like, oh, yeah, it's like you guys want to have, like, go to the zoo together and do, like, because that might be her and her kids' thing. That might be a ritual. Might be a tradition they do. So it's like she can let me know what are their things. So then I know where not to step my toes and things like that. So it's like I hope that at least, but I'll be explaining more like, and I explain myself more because I feel like with the whole traditional household in high school and everything, I used to think that's what I want. In college, I I kind of felt like it, but then at the same time, I'm like with my walking and the undiagnosis and everyone ignoring me, blaming me, and everything like that. It's like it didn't feel right, especially with all the things my mom was calling me and telling me that I was never going to be good enough, never going to have a job because of my walking. No one was ever going to want me, love me, or marry me, and everything like that. So cause and effect, like the thought of love, the thought of relationships led me to guys like Mr. No Heart. I ended up dating a lot of guys who have criminal past. And that was not a good mix with me. Terrible, absolutely terrible, honestly. Because, and you know what? I should have. That's another series, because there was, yeah, the guy that witnessed me being fondled by by the Flint police officer. Cause and effect. One reason why he did not like go against the police officer and stop him was because of his criminal past. He was so scared to stop him because of what, like, he didn't want to get arrested again or whatever. So, and then Mr. Lockakey, yeah, and especially he kept stealing from his jobs. But okay, before I run out of time, but yeah, I and then Tomas, he was in prison a couple times. So yeah, yeah, there's quite a, and that's one reason why on my dating apps right now, on a lot of them, I say, don't have a criminal past. Don't, if you've been in prison, no, thank you, because not a good match with me. It's not very not. Mm-mm. Okay, so here we go with the example before I run out of time. Because I was dating this one white guy. Yeah, he was white. And why do I say? Because, yeah, it's like some people are going to wonder. Um, and I think he had a criminal past too. Oh my God, there's a lot, but he has two kids. He might have more now, but back then he had two kids, a boy and a girl. Oh my gosh, they were so adorable and sweet and polite and everything. But anyways, we were dating and talking and everything like that. And there was one time where he invited me over the house and we made blueberry pancakes. I think it was blueberry pancakes, and I just remember it was kind of a breakfast thing. And his kids were so young. I think we were watching Blue's Clues and different stuff, just like sitting on the couch and talking, and we were putting puzzles together and like the kids were like, "Oh, you want to color with me?" And I'm like, "Oh, of course, let's color." And so anyway, his ex what called him up, and because I mean she kind of knew about me and she was upset about me, and so she, especially like, I think I was in the middle of my first master, like, yeah, I think I was in, this is a few months before I ended up meeting Mr. Lockakey. But, and yeah, probably another reason why I ended up with that jerk. But anyway, it's like his ex called him up on the cell phone and told him that needed her she needed his help, something about the car or whatever, and told him in a location and meet her up at. And so he told me he would come back, whatever, and he asked me if I would watch the kids. And I was like, yeah, of course. And so, like, we are still coloring, we're watching. It's like, I know the Winx Club came on at some point or whatever. And because the little boy was like, oh, it's going to be fairies. And I'm like, there's male fairies. And I was just like, fairies aren't just for girls. And so I just like, and I was like, they're heroic and they save the day. And so I remember, I think I made up a story about a male fairy and everything, and he had a heroic, strong dragon and also a snail too. Yeah, I remember there was a snail in the story. How do I remember these stories? I don't know. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's a hint that, you know. But anyways, it's like they were entertained and we were talking and chatting and stuff, but then all of a sudden I hear boom, boom, boom. And I'm just like, what is that? His ex lied and told him that something was wrong with her car in order to get him away from the house so that she can come to me and jump, like, because she brought her friends too, and they were going to come and jump me because she was jealous and upset that I knew the kids, saw the kids, and the kids liked me. Yeah, but I'll tell the whole story because, oh, it's an interesting story. But yeah, that's another reason why I'm just like, yeah, I need to have lunch. I need to meet them. I want to take my time because, yeah, when if you have kids, that can be a hot mess that I never want to have to suffer through again. But this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.